Hello everyone, this is Rick and thanks for joining. This is the 10th Excel 2007 tutorial. And today's topic is working with Excel templates, or an introduction to Excel templates. So to start off with, there's three different categories of templates that are used in Excel. The first one is install templates that are on your hard drive. The second one is templates that you can download from Microsoft. And the third one is personal templates that you can build yourself or modify from existing templates. So to jump right in here, I'm going to show you, click on the Microsoft Office button up here on the top left, click on New, and you'll get several options here on the template column here. So there's blank templates. Installed templates are the ones that are installed on the hard drive that are, would come with the Microsoft Office package. For example, expense report, billing statement, monthly budget, loan amortization. And there's other templates in here. We'll come back and revisit my templates. There's featured templates. You'll notice these are downloads from the Microsoft Corporation. And then, my window's getting cut off here a little bit. There we go. So you'll notice some of these are downloads from Microsoft. Actually, all these ones down here are, you'll notice, Microsoft Online. They're typically very small, but there's numerous topics: budgets, calendars, expense reports. So very common things that you're going to be using Excel for. There's probably already a template out here that will hopefully meet your needs, so you don't have to create something from scratch. So we're going to go jump right in and do a install template here as an example, and we're going to go ahead and do the loan amortization. And you see, this makes it really simple. You don't have to go out and create a spreadsheet from scratch. You can go in here. Let's just assume a $20,000 car is the loan amount, and you're paying the interest rate of, let's say, 6%, and your loan is for 4 years, and you're going to do 12 payments per year, and your loan is going to start on, let's say, June 1st of 2010, and no extra payments. And you see what it did down here is it created a summary over here, right? How much is your payment going to be, number of payments, and how much interest did you pay on your car loan. And then, let me see if I can get rid of the extra payments thing here. And then down here it shows you your whole amortization schedule. So it's real convenient if you're buying a house or a car. You can analyze different scenarios before you go and purchase that, make a big purchase decision. So anyway, starting here, beginning balance, your payment, it breaks it all down for you, what's principal, what's interest, and so forth. Alright, and it does it all the way through your entire loan, whether it's a 30-year mortgage or a 4-year car loan. So that's an example of a previously installed template, and a good example of where you would want to use a template. So one thing that's really important to note is I can go ahead and save this and call it, save it as a workbook, and call it, car loan. And I could just put it, and you'll notice here it's an Excel workbook. So I could say OK, and I save it to my hard drive. I didn't modify the template. The template is the previous template that we opened up, but we've added data to it, and I've modified the actual workbook, not the actual template. Okay, so you may get to a point where you want to take a template and take an existing template and modify it. So what you can do here is you can go to Open, and you can open a let's see, a sales report, for example, and you can add another column over here and call it they did Q4. Well, let's say we wanted to change this to say November, December, right? And then you said holiday period here for sales, and you filled out a column here. So you've modified the template. So what you can do here is now say File, Save As, and then you can save it the important thing here is you're saying save as type Excel template. So if you have macros in this template, you would want to make sure you said Excel macro enable template. Okay, so that's very important to save it as the right type. So we're going to go ahead and say sales report. I'm going to call it sales report 2. I'm going to say save. Okay, and I'm going to say yes to that warning. And I'm going to close that. And now if I go under Office again and go to, now I would go to My Templates, and you notice it has several templates here to choose from. Okay, so for example, if we want to open up that sales report 2, I could open that up, and that's a new template, and you see it says November, December, and holiday period versus quarter 1 through quarter 4 before. Okay, so now I've modified the template and not just the file. So another thing that you may want to do is create a template and make it the default template or workbook that you actually start up with. So how you would do that is you would create a template. Let's just assume we're going to create something. We'll call it Acme Corp. And let's say you always wanted, your employees, when they come in and they start up Excel and they start working, you always want the company name and a disclaimer at the top, right? And so, but for right now, we'll just put Acme Corp here. So what we would do is say File, Save As, save it as a template, and we change the name of it to Book. Okay, in this case. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and put it in a startup file. So how I do that, I go to Program Files. Then I go to Microsoft Office, Office 12, and then there's a directory called Excel Start. I save it in there. It's important to note here that Excel Start may be in a different have a different path, but that's a very common one. So it may not be that exact path. It might be under User, Documents and Setting, User, Application Data. It might be on a different location. So what that does is I'm going to close out of Excel. I'm going to go ahead and relaunch Excel, and it's going to start up that Excel Start template. So rather than the blank workbook, it's going to come up like that. Okay, this is Windows Vista that I'm running on. It's also important to note that I actually had to modify the permissions on the Excel Start directory. By default with Windows Vista, it's not going to let you save there because you don't have the permissions unless you're logged in as the administrator. So you might run into a problem there, but that's just another thing I wanted to show you. And then if you want to get rid of that, you can just go in and delete that file from the Excel Start folder. I'll close out of Excel. I'll launch it again. And you notice I'm back to my normal default settings. Alright, that's what I wanted to show you, and thanks for joining, and please subscribe. I've got a lot more Excel tutorials coming up, and we're going to have other applications we're going to do tutorials on also. Thanks.